No, stay over there. Hello, welcome to my channel, Unconditional L Studio. I am here today. We are going to make these earrings right here. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to. I just wanted to go ahead and cover a few of everything in the description box. You will need 192 seed beads. And I got these little trays if you're interested at the Dollar Tree. And you will need 24 6mm beads. Give me 1 minute here. And then you will need 2 wires, 18 gauge, cut to 6 1/4 each. And then you will need 2 wires, 22 or 24 gauge, cut to 18 inches each. That's going to be more than enough. I usually just wrap from the spool. So I had to kind of guess on this one, but I'm assuming that that'll be about right. I usually do 3 times whatever the length of what I'm covering is. So being these are 6 1/4, I made these 18. Okay, let me just lay this stuff over here. I'm just trying to get it good. There we go. And then you will need 2 earring findings. I'm going to be using the kidney shape. And then I just use one of these little kind of cups for trash. So like when I cut anything, I cut it over that or throw it away in there. And it just works because it's tiny and it has a lid. And then you'll need wire cutters. You can use flush or side. And then your straighteners. And then your regular pliers, needle nose pliers, I think they're called. And then your flat nose pliers. And then your round nose pliers. And then I have this one here. You can use 6 barrel, so you can use that. Or you can use your bent nose pliers, which these are new to me. I haven't had them. And then, of course, you need some kind of measuring device, be it a ruler or I got this in the sewing department at Walmart, and it fits nicely into the case with my tool. So I always have a ruler on me, and it's 6 inches. It's long enough. So that's everything you will need. So we will go ahead and we will get started. I'm going to move these right over to here so they're still visible so we see what we're making. Well, hello, Miss Lorna. How are you? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your, I'm going to set you up just a little. You're going to take your 6 1/4 inch wire and your round nose pliers, and you are going to go ahead and grab the end. We're going to grab the end here and make a loop. So the first thing you do is I tilt it to the side. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. And then I grab the end. Oops, grab the end. Oops, grab the end. Oops, and make a loop. And there is your loop. All right. And then I just go ahead and I hold the loop and I use the pliers and see how it just straightens the wire out. So there is the beginning step of the earring. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your 22 or 24 gauge wire, and you are going to, I hold the loop in this hand because we're going to be working this way. And what I do is, I'm doing all right. I'm surviving. I put it right up to the loop, and there's like a little bit of a tail right there. And then I just hold that like that. And then you are going to wrap it 3 times. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Now it looks a little chaotic there. That's okay. You can take your little bent nose pliers or your other pliers, and what you want to do is you want to push them so they're nice and tight. And then I just hold one end and pull the other end. You'll get your own system down for this, so don't panic if you don't get it right away. And there we are. So there is the 3 wraps around. And then this here, we are going to just go ahead and cut off. And I go right up to it and cut it off. Here it is. And then I just see, that's why I think they're so handy. And then you can just take your pliers and push it down. So that is what it should look like so far. Oops, let me spin it a little. Here we are. So this is when the tedious task starts of the seed beads. So there's numerous ways that you can put these on. I just, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're doing 7s. So I just put the tip of it in there, and you can do it that way, or you can just physically grab each one and thread it on. So there's 1. There's 2. There is 3. There is 4 and 5. 6 and 7. And then you're going to let them go all the way down to the base. My base moved, but that's okay. I can straighten it here in a minute. Once you get that down to the base, then you're going to clamp it kind of like, they make little clamper things. They're like little tong or what are they look like? They're like little squeezy things, and you can put it right there and it'll hold those in place. I just clamp my fingers, turn it so this is your thicker gauge wires hanging upright. Put your beads on there. And then what you do is I don't like having my drink in the camera. You put this, slide the bead all the way down, and then hold the bead and kind of bend that around. And then you are going to wrap 1, 2, 3. And then you just take your pliers, make sure they're all pushed nice and snug together. And then I just push them up towards the base of the bead. So, cherry. That's what it should look like so far. And now you want to go ahead and you can let that go because that's all secure. And you want to, I'm sorry, that's Harley. She's going crazy in the background. You want to go ahead and grab 7 more beads and put them on.
You got bunnies on the table. Go eat your bunnies. Ooh. You're being a turkey.
So there I got all 7 of them on. You let them fall down to where the bead is and your wrapping is. Clamp it with your fingers. Then I turn it sideways and I grab, then I grab another bead, the bigger bead, drop that on. And when I do that, I gotta finish this turn here. Sorry, guys. You want to make sure that you're going in the same direction with your wraps.
Yeah. Look,
So there's the 7. You push this bead down, and then you're going to curl these ones around.
No, honey, you can't wear those outside. They're too clean.
And then you just pull it down to the base of the bead
Those are for
again.
church and stuff.
So you got your 2 loops on
Yeah, do
the
these,
same
baby.
side.
Come on, let's go put these
And
on.
then you're going to pull taut, and then you're going to wrap it. 1, 2,
Roby, no.
3.
Oh, fuck.
So there's
Roby.
the 3 wraps. This is what it should look like so far. And then I got this one wrapped back too far. So you always want to kind of end with its side. So what I'm going to do is turn it back over to this side, put on our 7 beads.
Don't curl your toes, honey. God, quit wiggling your damn foot.
So there's 1,
Dog breathing in my
2,
face.
3,
Dad's fingers
4,
are too fat to pull these on.
5, 6, and then there's 7. And make sure all 7 of them fall down to the bottom. So this is what we're in right now. This is what it looks like. Then we're going to clamp them with our fingers again. Turn it up to the side. Drop your big bead down onto the thick wire.
Dad can't get them, bug.
And then you're going to go ahead and pull this over.
I can't.
And then you're
get 'em,
going to
sweetie.
wrap.
We can't go
1,
for a walk. I can't put your shoes on.
2, 3 wraps. Make sure it's nice and
Let's go
tight.
find the other ones that blink.
Make sure it's nice and tight.
These need.
And then we're going to go ahead and continue. Give me 1 minute. Give me the shoes.
We'll get her the ones that blink.
Just give me her.
Go see Mom. She can put your shoes on. Never mind. Where's the blinky ones?
Where they're always at. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the thin wire. We are going to put the 7 beads on again. There's 1, 2,
These are real shoes.
3, 4,
See, look at that. They go right off.
5, 6, maybe. Nope. 6, 7. Let them fall all the way to the bottom. Clamp them with your finger. Turn it so the thick wire's up. Drop the bead down onto
There you go.
the other ones.
There you go.
Pull your thin wire around. Go 1,
Yeah, Dad did it.
2, 3.
Get those on. Come on, bud.
And I'm just going to push them so they're a little more snug. There we go. Make sure all your wires are going on the outer side. Turn it back around. Repeat the process again with the 7 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Drop them all the way down. Pinch them with your finger. Tilt. Drop the big bead down on top. Pull the wire over and wrap. 1, 2, 3. Make sure it's nice and snug, sitting all together. And all your loops are to the outside. And then tilt it again and put on your 7 seed beads. So this is just repetition. It's not hard. It's very simple um, pattern. Now you could go ahead and swap this out. You could do regular small beads, maybe like a 4. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, if I could feel fingers, I'd be so happy. All right, and slide them all the way down. I usually just run my finger down it. That way it's already pinched. Pinch them off nice and tight. Turn it. Put your big bead on the big wire. Slide it all the way down. Pull your little wire over and wrap 3 times. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Do a little pushy pushy. And now that I got some grip on here, I'm going to go ahead and straighten this one out again. And then turn it again and put your 7 seed beads on. I wish I could fast forward this for you, but it's live, so we're doing it together. There's 1. Oops. There's 2. 3. Oops. 4. 5. 6. And then I'm going to grab the one that flew away. And then here's 7. Slide them all the way down. Pinch them with your finger. Drop your big bead onto your big wire. Slide it down and then wrap 3 times. There's 1. I'm sorry, that's my dog pan. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. All the loops are on the right side. And it's all nice and snug. And that's what we have so far. And then go ahead and put on 7 more seed beads. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. 4. 5. Oops, 1 shot out. There's 6. The one that shot out. And there's 7. Slide it down with your finger. Pinch it, turn, put your big bead on, put your big bead on the wire. And pull it over. And then wrap 1, 2, 3. Make sure they're all nice and snug. There we go. Make sure all your beads are still running to the one side. Adjust if they're not. You can just push them back if they're not far enough over or whatnot. And then go ahead and do your 7 seed beads again. There's your 7, slide them down. Yeah, really. Turn it to the side and put the big bead on there. I am not used to working with seed beads, to be honest. I do not use them. I have millions and millions and millions of seed beads. Oh my God. I got this, there's about 6 or 7 of these cases, and you see how many there are in them. And I got every color possible you could ever want. These are from Walmart. And I can't, I never use them. So when I saw these, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna go ahead and work while I talk. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get these. This is perfect. And I got them. And this is like the first project, this year was the first project that I used any of them on, because I just don't use seed beads because I can't feel my fingers. So it's pointless for me to get them because you see, I struggle a little bit. And that slippery little suckers reminds me of Pretty Woman every time. Slippery little suckers when the snail shoots out. And then that's why when I do this, I usually leave it in that big thing so I can just dump my fingers in and I can pull 7 of them up at a time. Oops, there goes another one. There's one. Oops, there goes another one. There's 1, 2 at the same time. 3. 4, 5, 6, and there's 7. And slide them all down, flip it to the side, pinch them off, and drop one on top. I haven't been counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 2 more to put on. Wrap it 3 times. Make sure it's nice and snug. That was a wire wrapping. Oop! That's a wire wrapping. I don't know where that came from. That's just really sloppy. I'm just going to straighten this out real quick. Oop. Well, the good news is my wire wrapping is very tight. Give me 1 second. I'm just leaning back here. My back's starting to hurt. There we go. Okay, so I'm not happy with that. I can't get it to move because it is so snug. So I'm just unwrapping it. Turn this all back over to where it belongs. Straighten it out. We just want to battle it at once. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it down with my finger and then rewrap it. So there's 1. There's 2. And then here's 3. So see, I got it back on track. I don't know if you can. I got it back on track where it's nice and snug and tight. And then we're going to go ahead, turn it, put on 7 more seed beads. One, 2. Oops, slippery little sucker. That was even on there. And I hate leaving these on the floor because I'm so afraid Bug is going to find them and think it's candy and eat it. So I almost always will stop what I'm doing if I lose one and don't see where it goes and look for it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. All at the same time. That was nice. 5, 6. Oops. Oh, of course that one goes on the floor. And here's 7. And then you turn it and slide it down, pinch it, and put the next bead on. And then we got one more bead. There's 1, 2, 3. Make sure they're all to the side. And then this is the last 7 seed beads for this. Ooh. There's 1. There's, oops. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5.
2. Hold on.
There's 6. Oops. There's 6.
I gotta get something out of the combo. Yeah, I'll be right back.
And then one more is 7. And slide them down, pinch them off, turn it to the side, drop your big bead 1, and then bring it around so it's nice and tight. 1, 2, and then there's 3, and then I'm going to do 1 extra for 4. Just because that's the end, I like to do 1 extra. I know I only did 3 down here, but it was a starting, so I was able to pinch it. So this is what you are left with. I'll make sure my hoop is, straight, and then all my beads are on the side there. And then I have my wire here. You're going to go ahead and snip it. So you might only need like 15 inches of wire instead of 18, but I use it off the roll, so I don't measure. I know that's horrible. I don't measure. And then I'm just going to clamp up. See, there's a little part that when you clip it, it sticks out. I just go ahead and I grab that and I work it to go around the wire. So now that it's nice and flush. I don't know if you can see that. Let me look on here a minute. No, you really can't see that. I'm sorry. So once we do that, then we want, see how they're on the outside of the, they're on the outside of the earring. Hold on a minute here. My lamp isn't cooperating with me. It's had a kid and a dog at it already tonight. So the beads are all on the outside. So what you're going to do is you're going to form your loop by just bending like this. And then what you're going to want to do, once you get it in a like U shape, kind of like this, is you are going to put this one through the back of it. It's going to twist on you. You got to be firm. Say, no, no, I'm in charge. You're going to go through the back of the earring. See how that's going through it? And then what you're going to do is you're going to slide it all the way down. And then you're going to have your little circle here that you can form into your oval. If you so choose an oval, or you could leave it a circle. You can do whatever you want to do. I prefer the oval. It flatters any face. Compared to a circle, if you have a round face, you can't wear a circle because it makes your fat face look fatter. That's what they say. And then I just make sure everything looks symmetrical. And then once I'm content with my shape, which this I'm content with, you go ahead and come over here and you use your pliers and you bend like, I don't know. So it's like straight up and down. See, it's through the circle and then it's straight up and down. And then you're going to overbend it because you're going to make a loop. But there you have that, like that. And then, so you know where your loop is. If I start my loop out here, I'm going to need, it's going to be a loop that's huge. So I need to cut this excess away, which is like about half of it. So I just eyeball it like that. I snip, and then instead of throwing this away, so I know that the other one is the same size, I just put that over to the side. I put it in the lid, and then you have it like this. And then you just take, I have to turn it towards me. And then you're going to take your little round nose pliers, and you are going to make your loop. And then there is your finished item. Now it turned a little when I was curling it, so I'm just gonna straighten it out with my flat nose. And I use these because there's no grooves on the inside, so it's not putting any marks on the metal. You can use your nylon ones also. And then I just usually just hold it and I finagle it so it looks appropriate to me. Um, so I'm content with that. And then like I said in the beginning, I'm using the kidney ones because they're like the easiest, to be honest. They're already shaped and everything. I just put it through the loop, let it drop down onto the little groovy thing, and then I pinch the kidney shut. Here in a minute. There we go. So this isn't going to be able to, oops, I didn't do it tight enough. I pinch it so it can't go through. Okay, so there, it's not going to go through that hoop again. And then what I do is I close the earring, and then I grab the back here, and I tilt it down a little more so it's on more of an angle. Give me 1 second. I gotta lean back just a second. Okay, so this is where we're at. And then what I do is I just grab down here so it isn't straight down, and I make a little bend in it. And as you see, this is too long. That's entirely too long. So what I do is I just snip it off. It's usually, you can see it's not that much, but it's like a quarter of an inch maybe. And then I take my my rounder, which I don't have out. I'm sorry. I'm ill prepared. I take my little rounder out of its tube. And then over your little garbage can that you have, I just round that so there's no spurs on it or anything like that that'll catch on the ear. And I rub my fingers on it, make sure it feels good. Just going to round it a little more. There we go. And voila, we just made an earring. And I did all clear because that, it just makes it so you can wear it with anything. Dress it up, dress it down. It just goes with everything. And I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here, make the other one, and then take a picture of both of them and put them up on my shop. If you guys are interested in purchasing them, go ahead and go to www.unconditionallstudio.com and check it out. And I appreciate you, Lorna, for coming in and sticking around. I'm going to DM you a message here in a little bit. And if you guys don't mind, please give it a big thumbs up. And I will see you in my next live. Bye bye.